The first thing we need to do when we're transplanting is get our seed flat ready. I'm assuming that you've already filled your seed flat with soil. Now we're going to subdivide this for the transplanting module. So I recommend, you don't have to do this, but I recommend that it'll be a little easier if you get some string, and we're going to subdivide it into 4 compartments. The easiest way to do this is to take a piece of string and to put it across the flat, and take some Scotch tape here, or any kind of tape, and just tape it to the side here. You can see, I'll lift that up a little bit. So then it makes it a lot easier to subdivide the other side. So here I would make my next break. So you get the tape, put this across here, tape the one side, and get a piece of tape here. Pull it reasonably taut. It doesn't have to be terribly taut. We're not going to be moving this around very much. Tape it on the other side here, and then do it on the other side. Take your tape, stick it here on the side, stick another little piece of tape, and there we go. So now we have 4 separate divisions for the fall crops that we're going to be learning how to transplant. We're going to do lettuce, peas, beans, and radish. So today, in this video, I'm going to show you how to do peas, beans, and radish seeds. To start off with, in your kit, your perma kit, you should have received about 25 to 30 pea seeds. They kind of look like this, dried peas. So you can plant these in one of the quadrants with a spacing. I would say you always want to stagger seeds in a hexagonal pattern. So you want to put the seeds, staggering them. You probably have enough room for about 3 rows of about 8 in each row. So you can see I'm putting about an inch space, and I've staggered the middle row so that it's slightly offset, so they're not all in a line. That way you'll get a little more room, and it'll be an equal spacing between the peas. You'll be able to put more peas in. What I do is I don't bury the peas yet. A common mistake when you're planting seeds is to bury them too deep. You should only be planting your seed as deep as the actual size of the seed. So what I usually do, it helps me to line up the seeds so I can see their spacing. So I won't push them in yet. Okay, so I have about 18. You could probably fit more. The edges are a great place to put seeds, so you can, any place along the edge, if you have any extra pea seeds. Okay, let me put that away. So I'll show you now how to push them down. I'll just rotate this a little bit. You push on the seed just a little bit so that it's just slightly below the surface of the soil. And then you just go down for all the peas. So I do a push, and then I do a little brush. And that's really all you need to do. You don't really want to tamp down the seed. You just need to have it covered up a little bit. So this is for pea seeds. And I'll show you a smaller seed now. I'm going to show you how to do lettuce. I'm not going to go through for every seed that's in the permakit, but I just want to show you how you would do a smaller seed. Now, typically with a small seed, you can take the time to space it exactly, but that can be very difficult. So usually what I do, there should be about 50, 75 lettuce seeds in your permakit. So what I do is I very slowly sprinkle it as I move back and forth. Now, you probably will have to thin the seeds a little bit as they grow, but I find that this is a lot more effective and for your time. Now, with seeds that are small, you really don't want to be burying them at all. Some seeds actually need exposure to light in order to germinate. So, okay, that's my lettuce seed. Now, what I typically do with lettuce seeds or any other small seed is I'll just kind of brush it back and forth. So I'm not really moving the seeds at all. I'm just kind of getting them in the dirt a little bit. Okay, finally, I'm going to assume that you've set up your other 2 packs. Now, before we water the tray, I like to label them so that you know what the different quadrants are. Now, in a separate video, once these have sprouted, you'll see the difference between the different plants. They're in different families, but for now it's helpful. You get popsicle sticks. So you can see I've labeled these. Peas, radish, lettuce, and carrot. So I'm going to stick these in here. And now I'm ready to water.